Nearly 100 people have been hospitalized in connection with a salmonella outbreak in 36 states. Government officials say they still don't know how or where the outbreak began. But as Luis Schiavone reports, private producers are able to track their produce down to the exact field where it was grown.
Officials believe that literally thousands of people in the United States have been sickened in a salmonella outbreak since April, and there's no end in sight. Is the source tomatoes or something else? Where is it from? Scientists say the U.S. doesn't have the tools for the answers.
I think that the European Union is ahead in tracking a lot of things that we currently are unable to track in the United States. I think it relates directly to the funding cuts that the FDA has had to deal with.
The FDA concedes.
We've got to examine the whole traceability system. We've got to improve the process because the one that we're operating under right now is clearly not getting us an answer fast enough.
But some growers are way ahead of the bureaucracy.
Each individual fruit, if it's sold in a bulk format, has a little PLU sticker on it. And that label has certain information. We have country of origin information on that label, but we also have a grower code on there. So we'll know exactly which farm each piece of fruit came from if we went to a grocery shelf.
Sunset Brand produces millions of pounds of tomatoes yearly in greenhouses in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. They have their own laboratory and food safety program.
We do product testing of the products as they enter our warehouses, and also we do product testings as they leave our warehouses.
It costs money, but it also delivers customers. They're not alone. In upstate New York, Minard Farms is waiting for a 500,000 bushel apple crop to come in. When it does, they'll label every apple that goes to market.
From that barcode, they could tell what marketing agent sold it to them, and then from that marketing agent, they can go all the way back to the farm where it was harvested, and we could bring it right back into the block, what orchard it came out of.
The farm submits to several safety audits during the growing season.
Kitty, growers say they are taking steps that Congress and the regulators have not mandated for two reasons. Customers demand it, and they stand by their products. Kitty?
Where do we stand on the investigation?
They are still investigating the path of what they now say is produce, and they still have personnel investigating farms in Mexico and Florida.
But they're not sure it's tomatoes.
They don't even know if it's tomatoes.
Luis Schiavone, thank you. Later in the broadcast, we will talk with Paul Mastronardi about how he can track his produce down to the tree it came from and why our government can't even do that. Time now for some of your thoughts. Thousands of you have been writing in about whether you think the FDA has any idea what's causing the salmonella outbreak. James in Montana wrote to us, Lou, not only does the FDA have no idea what is causing the salmonella sickness, but the FDA doesn't care. If it did, it would have taken steps to correct the matter. And Carolyn in North Carolina wrote, I want to compliment you for your bold statements about the FDA so far. I'm glad you tell the truth about the FDA, and I hope you will keep asking the tough questions that need to be asked. And James in Arkansas wrote, the FDA is supposed to represent the people of the United States. I am so appalled that they put our safety below foreign economic interests. Thanks for keeping us informed, Lou. No one else will. We'll have more of your email a little bit later in the broadcast. Coming up, the